Is it? Well, I mean, anything to make you more comfortable. I mean, welcome.
Thank you very much.
So how are you doing? How are you doing your con?
I didn't bring flip-flops. So other than that, awesome. Yeah, how are you guys doing? Are you bored in here? No. No, you're okay? Do they have
We're
snacks?
eagerly anticipating everyone to come to our table so we can grill you on the show.
Yeah, I'm probably like the worst person too. I mean, I have my talking points.
I actually
Beautiful.
So I don't screw something royally up.
What brand is it? Who made your purse?
So Jimmy Q.
Oh, it's cute.
Alright, I'm ready. Go.
Sorry, Bonnie
Okay.
is back. Well, not really back, but she's not totally gone from the show.
What's the deal with Bonnie?
Where exactly Bonnie and David have vanished to is a mystery.
Mystery.
But we do know that before they vanished, Graham said she would make sure she was taken care of.
Ooh, gotcha.
This is almost like some kind of like you're reading out some kind of kidnapping letter.
Yeah. Don't return the Moonstone.
Well, that's cool. It's good to be on the same page.
You know, for me, especially because, you know, so many fans were worried that Ian and I were done, that I want to just make sure that we get the talking points out, at least with you guys, and after that, it's all gonna help.
We know that she and David are together somewhere, so, I mean, what's their relationship going to be like? Because they never see eye to eye.
Well, you're definitely going to see that. It's not going to, you know, completely evolve overnight. Which is so funny because Ian and I are like super close in real life, and it's just like, I hate you in this moment. You know, you'll get to see different instances of them, but they have to work together to find a way out. So that'll be really interesting to watch. I mean, it's like big stuff of the power sentiment. Imagine.
But they did bond in that final moment of season 5, which was really...
They did. I mean, you know, when you're kind of in a such a vulnerable place like death. By the way, your hair was really good this year. Got it cut, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. When you're in a vulnerable place like death, then I think things become a bit more great.
Well, maybe you can talk about something that you can share with us. What was the hardest scene to film last year for you?
The hardest scene.
Because you went through a lot of emotional events.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, your character did.
I think my funeral. My funeral. You know, I don't know if everyone I think in the industry knows that we're super close in real life. I think more so than any cast that I've ever at least experienced behind the scenes. Like, you know, everyone's kind of like actors, they work together, and yeah, we love each other. But no, like we're genuinely that close. So for me to do that scene and to have my girlfriends cry over me, or kind of have to have that motion and to feel separated because also they couldn't see me. So a lot of some of the hardest scenes for me were when I was just in another dimension and they couldn't see me, they couldn't react to anything. I had to react to them and I had nothing back. But seeing them cry in the funeral scene was pretty devastating because I just, you know, to see them in that kind of, even if it's not real, to see Nina cry or Candace cry really was hard on me. It was very emotionally hard to shoot. One of those, certain scenes are kind of okay, you can kind of emotionally gauge yourself, right? You're like, okay, I can turn it a little bit to the right or a little bit to the left. Sometimes people are that good. And then there were moments where I'm like, I cannot do the scene without crying. Like, I just gotta get it together. So, you know, just have to kind of like turn your knob down sometimes when you feel totally out of control. It's really interesting.
And speaking of the season as a whole, since Bonnie was a conduit for the other side, how did you feel about your character coming back into the real world for just a little bit?
Like I said, I really missed interacting with the other actors. So
yeah, being
that way,
invisible to everybody.
I loved it. I thought it was really clever that they made the character the anchor, so anything had to pass through her. You know, because it's a fan convention, I just have heard so many things that the fans want this Bonnie character to come back as a witch. there's something about that character as like a full witch that they miss. And I felt like even though I was back, I had never played that character. I'd never played borderline human. So there was a bit of nostalgia within it and a little bit of like excitement to be back kind of with the gang again. But I definitely had the nostalgia because I'm like, usually by now I'd be doing a spell, so.
So do you think going back and forth to the other side and having coming back and now you're with Damon, do you think that influences your witch abilities, your powers? You think it's evolving or changing?
I mean, we'll see. I mean, I don't really know. Whatever this new existence is, maybe it has other rules, maybe it's old rules. I don't really know. I don't know how they're going to play that because I died. Well, I came back, but I wasn't.
Exactly.
Powerless.
Any supernatural power you'd like to have?
So any supernatural power?
Yeah, you would like to have.
I think I always would be like, oh, to heal, and I'm kind of all about like world healing, especially right now. But I think that everyone has a bit of a psychic ability, especially women. Women have this intuition, right? This like vibe, this innate sense to feel things, I don't know if it's a part of just being a woman or it comes with motherhood or what, but I would say that my biggest goal was that people recognize their intuition a bit more and listen to it a bit more, and I think the world will develop its own superheroes.
So we can always trust our intuition?
Huh?
So we can always trust our intuition?
Usually, yeah. Even if it seems completely like absurd, your first kind of inclination to go with it. Like half my career, most of it is just like, seems like I'm gonna do it, and that's it. Like I don't really process things that you can only be so calculated because you can be an actor till the cows come home and never get a job, or you know what I mean. So you kind of have to just do things that feel right and make choices as whether you're an actor or a reporter or a journalist or filmmakers, whatever you guys are ultimately going to do, and you just kind of have to like follow that, you know? And it usually is strange. It's usually not the direction you really thought you were going to take. So that's sometimes the one that works.
You gotta trust in yourself.
You have to.
Yeah.
That's all you have. Is that within you. That's all you got. So I would say that we all have that superhero thing. Except walking in heels. I don't know. Thanks, guys.